8 most life-changing auditions ever. Hi everyone, and welcome back to the SCREENY. Viewers of talent competition shows always enjoy a good from rags to riches story, and we've got dozens over the years. A lot of Got Talent contestants struggled a lot before sharing their enormous talent with the world and a panel of strict judges. They started a new life after coming out of the shadows and proved all the hardships they faced didn't define them, but only made them stronger. Let's take a look at 8 most life-changing auditions ever. Before we remind you of amazing performers whose life was turned upside down after their first appearance on talent shows, make sure to subscribe to our channel for more amazing videos every day. Number 8. Terry FATOR.
To have that kind of reaction and to have the audience stand up and wow, it was exciting.
Ventriloquists have a hard time finding an audience, and one of the most successful practitioners of the craft experienced this firsthand. Terry FATOR discovered ventriloquism when he was in 5th grade and has been doing it ever since. He used to entertain his family and friends with his acts throughout the childhood, and his mom was always very supportive of Terry's talent. Same thing can't be said about the rest of the world, because it often felt like a higher force is working against him. By the time he reached his late 30s, FATOR was almost ready to give up. He spent years playing every fair and small club he could and started feeling like success will never come his way. He resigned himself to working kids' parties and nothing else, but practiced the acts he loved in his free time. After seeing the first season of America's Got Talent, he decided to give it a try. FATOR hopes that he'll secure a guest appearance on The Late Show with David Letterman, but he got so much more. He received $1 million after winning the 2nd season of America's Got Talent, but that seems like pocket money at this point in FATOR's career. He went on to sign a $100 million contract with the Mirage Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas, becoming the 2nd top-earning comedian in the world. Number 7. Susan Boyle.
I honestly think that we were all being very cynical, and I think that's the biggest wake-up call ever.
If there was ever a Got Talent contestant who showed people that they should never judge a book by its cover, it was definitely Susan Boyle. When she walked on the stage of Britain's Got Talent, the audience had a very strong reaction to her appearance and dismissed her as a joke after she shared her dream of becoming a professional singer as successful as Ellen Page. By the time she was done with delivering her heartbreaking rendition of I Dreamed a Dream, no one was laughing anymore. All the judges praised her performance and immediately voted yes, with Amanda Holden describing her act as the biggest wake-up call ever. Boyle won several local singing competitions before appearing on Britain's Got Talent, and her mother was the one who encouraged her to give it a try. Joining this show was a way to honor her legacy, and it was the first time Susan sung in public since her mom passed away. She was a clear favorite from the very start, but finished the competition in 2nd place. That didn't stop her from releasing several chart-topping albums and earning millions of bucks in the years to come. Number 6. ROBBIE, HANCE.
Robbie, you've got 4 yeses. Well done.
ROBBIE, HANCE impressed the X Factor judges with his version of Damien Rice's song, but that's not the only thing people remember him by. This contestant has been homeless for 6 years after being put in care as a child. He hopes this audition would shake things up because it would provide him with the security he never had. The judges were impressed by his musical talent and said yes, but felt he lacked confidence and had a low self-esteem. ROBBIE surprised everyone by exiting the competition before he got the chance to perform for the 2nd time. He even went on record saying he'd rather be homeless than have anything more to do with the X Factor. According to HANCE, producers of the show knew he couldn't fork out enough money for a meal or a cheap hostel, but refused to help him out, fearing they would be accused of favoritism. The singer also believes the only reason they let him advance further in the competition was the fact he was homeless. At the end of the day, X Factor changed his life for the worse. He had a hard time finding short-time jobs because people would recognize him as a homeless thief from the television. Number 5. Tim Poe.
Broke my back and gave me a brain injury, so that's the reason why I stutter a little bit.
Tim Poe's another contestant whose life changed for the worse after his impressive audition. This country musician appeared on the season 7 of America's Got Talent and shared a heartbreaking story that moved everyone to tears. The war veteran claims that he was hit by a rocket-propelled grenade while serving in Afghanistan. Poe also said that he developed a brain injury that affected his speech, and he started stuttering after he survived the blast. He discovered his singing ability after his pathologist suggested he should sing in the shower. His wife apparently convinced him to audition for America's Got Talent, and the audience loved him before they discovered his sob story was just a story. Soldiers who spent time with Poe during the war came forward saying he faked the whole thing and only spent a month in Afghanistan. The Minnesota National Guard also discredited his claims. Even Poe's ex-wife stated he was abusive and unfaithful during their marriage. Instead of changing his life for the better, the America's Got Talent audition and its aftermath exposed him for being a big fat liar. Number 4. Sal Valentinetti.
I feel about you. Do you?
Tell me.
I tell you right now.
Before competing on the season 11 of America's Got Talent, Sal Valentinetti was just an ordinary 20-year-old. He worked at his cousin's pizza place as a delivery driver, but always dreamed about becoming a successful musician. Sal's grandmother was the one who helped him discover his secret talent before she passed away. A prominent private music teacher, Dr. Joseph Merkel, later encouraged him to follow his passions. After hearing Sal sing for the first time, Merkel convinced him to start taking singing lessons and brass lessons. From that point on, everyone in the neighborhood called him by his new nickname, Sal the Voice. Valentinetti performed renditions of Frank Sinatra's My Way during his audition. Heidi Klum was so impressed by his raw talent that she pressed the golden buzzer, sending him straight to the quarterfinals. He finished the competition in 5th place, but that didn't stop him from getting everything he'd ever wanted. Valentinetti later said every aspect of his life completely changed thanks to America's Got Talent. He got to travel everywhere, from London to Hawaii, doing something he loves from the bottom of his heart. Number 3. The Missing People Choir.
Getting all that emotion out to the audience, and hopefully we'll get some results from that.
Let's hope so.
Entering a talent show competition isn't always about changing your own life, but also the lives of others. That's exactly what members of the Missing People Choir managed to do thanks to their touching Britain's Got Talent audition. This choir mostly consists of families with missing loved ones, and their TV appearance was a way to raise awareness of this serious issue. One of the members, Peter Boxall, wrote an original song called I Miss You that they performed during their audition. Their act wouldn't be so powerful if it wasn't for the pictures of missing individuals showcased on the screen behind them. Showing photos of those who disappeared into thin air wasn't just a gimmick. They've done it in hope that someone will see them, recognize them, and help them find a way back home. The Missing People Choir progressed to the next round after their audition, but that wasn't the best reward they received. Several people reunited with the loved ones they had lost years ago. Seeing Britain's Got Talent inspired them to reach out, and the enormous impact of this choir didn't end there. The police also got involved and reopened the searches for missing Natalie Putt and Tom Moore. Number 2. Paul Potts. Before appearing on Britain's Got Talent for the first time, Paul Potts used to work as a shop assistant by day and an amateur opera singer by night. He was often bullied by his peers throughout childhood and became very timid after going through that experience. Music was his only source of solace, so he started performing with amateur opera companies in the years to come. Potts also faced several obstacles along the way. A 7-hour tumor operation almost took away his singing voice, and he broke his collarbone and suffered whiplash shortly after that. These medical problems led to many financial difficulties that were the main reason why he decided to enter Britain's Got Talent. The judges were impressed by his performance, and Piers Morgan even said he's going to be one of the favorites to win the whole competition. His prediction came true, and Potts celebrated the big victory at the end of Season 1. And it reached number 1 in 9 countries, including the UK. His life was even adapted into a movie called One Chance, starring James Corden. Potts is still releasing music and living his dream of being a successful opera singer. Number 1. Leona Lewis.
And yes, 4 yeses. Well done, Kip.
X Factor helped several artists to become a worldwide phenomenon, and some of them are arguably more successful than Leona Lewis. One Direction, Little Mix, and Fifth Harmony sold millions of records worldwide, and their members now have impressive solo careers. Ollie Murs, Sir Lloyd, and B. Miller also rose to prominence thanks to this show, but the X Factor was just a stepping stone for their careers in the music business. Unlike Leona Lewis, they didn't go through any significant hardships before getting on that stage. They probably never asked themselves if they should do something else because they're just not good enough. Leona Lewis struggled with these questions for years, and her path to stardom wasn't a short one. She worked as a receptionist and a Pizza Hut waitress in order to fund the studio sessions while she was still a teen. Lewis recorded a demo in hope that it would secure her a record deal, but never managed to land a contract. She almost lost all hope before X Factor came along. The Bleeding Love singer believed programs like this one provide the best place to showcase fresh new talent, and decided to take part. The judges were impressed by her audition, and she celebrated her victory at the end of season 3. Lewis is currently the second best-selling act to come out of the X Factor franchise, with 20 million records sold worldwide. Thank you very much for watching today's video. Make sure to subscribe to our channel for more amazing content, and don't forget to check out one of the other 2 videos on your screen.